Hello guys, this is Abdul Kabir Khan, and today in this video I will be telling you some of the most important things that you would want to do after installing Manjaro Linux in your computer. The first thing that you would want to do is to update and upgrade your system. You can do that by going to pacman by going to a terminal and typing sudo pacman-syyu. So let's just do it. Since I've already updated it, so I won't need to, but let's just say let's just do it, so it's going to take some time because of some connection issues here, but it will be updated soon. I've already updated and upgraded my packages, so it won't be necessary, but just to show you. Slow internet, so maybe you have to bear it with me. Alright, so you can see there is nothing to do. System is already updated. So the next thing is that you would want to do is to install proprietary drivers. So what are proprietary drivers? If you are new to Linux, you might not know. If you are old, so you would already know what proprietary drivers are. Proprietary drivers are the non-free drivers, or the drivers that are closed source, that are usually developed by the makers of the product itself. Like if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, so the proprietary driver will be developed by NVIDIA, and same is the case with AMD and so on. So for example, I'm having the NVIDIA graphics card in my computer, so I will have to install the NVIDIA graphics driver. And since I have already installed it, but I will show you how to do it. So let's just settings manager. You have to go to the Manjaro settings manager, and from there what you can do is you can go to hardware configuration and right click on the driver you want to install, or you can just click on auto install proprietary driver and it will install the proprietary driver for you. So after doing this, you might have to restart your computer, but I've already done it, so I don't need to. Then there is this thing like installing Firefox and removing the KDE version of Firefox. Now if you ask me, so it why is it important? Because both are Firefox. It seems a bit odd to remove one and install the others with the same version, but Firefox and Firefox KDE are actually different from each other. Firefox KDE is already present in the KDE desktop environment, but it was having some bugs for me. The Firefox was unresponsive and I didn't respond well. It would freeze and stuff like that. So I just installed the Firefox version and removed the Firefox KDE. I asked some people about it on the IRC of Manjaro, and they told me to do that, so just fixed the problem for me. Now as you can see, it's like very responsive. I have a lot of tabs open. It's not having any problems. After that, you might want to install a new kernel, which is, I would say, not really necessary, but it can be good if you want to install a new kernel, because you just like if you want something with which you can mess around, not actually mess around, but with which you can play and get to know that how your system works on different kernels. So you would want to install a new kernel. What you can do is you can easily do that by going to the uh, hardware configuration after opening system settings, or you can just go to the Manjaro settings manager, and actually here there is an option of kernel. So you can install the kernel from here. I've actually installed 5 kernels, so that was just me testing and playing around, but you don't have to if you don't want to install new kernels. The default one is the 4.9.52-1, which works perfectly well, so you don't have to install a new one, but if you want, you can. There is no problem. Now after that, what you might want to do is install Chromium. Well, it's not really necessary. You have Firefox working, but if you want to have some bit of fun with like the Google Chrome, or like you want the Chrome version, so you can just go install Chromium. Actually there is the Google Chrome package as well, which installs the real Google Chrome. Chromium is open source, and Google Chrome, like Chromium is a different thing from Chrome, but both are like, many of the stuff is almost the same. So you can just go install Chromium by doing sudo pacman-s install not Chromium. So that's how it's going to work, and I've already installed it, so I don't need it. As you can see, reinstalling, so I would just press N. Now the next thing that you would want to do is enable the AUR repository. It's not actually, this one is not really important as well, but it can actually be good for you if you want to do it, because you can get packages directly from the AUR without having to like use YART and like searching for it. You can just go and enable the repository. What you can do is go to Octopi, which is already present in it, and this there is the option repository editor. Well, let's just say repository editor, where you can well, let's just see what can you do. Actually, you don't have to do it from here, but I'll just options, yeah, AUR. Here is what you can do. Select the AUR tool Octopi should use. You can just do any of it, YART and PakeUR, but that both will work. So like this, you can find packages from the AUR, but the AUR repository will be actually good and enabled well if you install the PAMAC package first. I just forgot to do that. I'll just keep it above this. So once you install the PAMAC, then you can actually enable the AUR repository. So for installing PAMAC, what you can do is simply sudo pacman-s and PAMAC. Alright, so I've already installed it. I'll just press N because it's reinstalling, which I don't want. And Pacman is here. Just go PAMAC, just do PAMAC and it will open up. So from here you can then enable the AUR repository. So how do you do it? Actually, it's pretty easy. Just go to this icon here, press preferences, and the AUR, enable AUR support. You can do that, and just it will enable the AUR repository. So it's actually the same as Octopi, because by default you won't have to have access to AUR directly unless you just add it in the pacman.conf or something like that, but it's not really going to work if you do it from the package managers, but you can always use YART for it. So that's what I actually meant from enabling the AUR repository. Sorry for that, I have just like a sore throat. And then install media player like VLC. So what you can do is simple, just go and type sudo pacman-s VLC, and I've already installed it, so I'll just press N and it's all ready. So that was it. I hope you liked my video, and you will drop down good comments, and you will tell me if there's something I've missed, and you would want to have it as well. So that's great. Bye, and have a good day.